They thought they'd found paradise. Emma and Daniel Whitmore, a young couple with 2 little kids and dreams bigger than their bank account, finally landed their forever home. A charming, ivy-draped colonial at 101 Maple Lane. It was everything they ever wanted. A big backyard, wrap-around porch, quiet suburban bliss. The kind of house people take photos of when walking by. After months of searching, bidding wars and heartbreaks, they closed the deal and were ready to start fresh. They hadn't even moved in yet when the first sign came. Not a knock, not a shadow, but a letter. It was waiting in the mailbox. No stamp. No return address. Just the words. To the new family at 101 Maple Lane. Emma thought it was a welcome note from a neighbor. She smiled as she opened it. Until she started reading. Dearest new resident. Welcome to 101 Maple Lane. I have watched this house for years. Decades, even. My grandfather watched it in the 1930s. My father in the 1960s. Now, it is my turn. The handwriting was neat. Too neat. As if someone had practiced it 100 times. The letter continued. You've brought young blood into the house. That pleases me. 101 Maple Lane has waited a long time for you. Do the children play in the backyard yet? I hope so. I'll be watching. Emma froze. She hadn't told anyone about their kids. They hadn't even unpacked yet. The kids had only visited the house once, for the walkthrough. And yet, somehow, the letter described details about them. Their ages, their hair color. Even the toys they had left behind in the trunk of the car. Daniel tried to brush it off. Probably some local kid pulling a prank. But a few days later, a second letter arrived. Why are you ignoring me? I am the Watcher. You can't hide from me. I see you've started painting the walls. Do you think a new coat of color will hide the truth? The house knows. And so do I. Emma dropped the letter. The room suddenly felt colder. And that night, as they pulled into the driveway, they saw it. A figure across the street. Standing perfectly still under the streetlight. Watching. Emma couldn't sleep. She kept replaying the words over and over. The house knows. And so do I. She'd lived through stress before. Jobs, kids, deadlines. But this was different. This was dread. She started noticing little things. The door to the basement creaked open on its own one morning. Daniel swore he'd closed it. The motion lights outside flickered on at 3:12 a.m. and stayed on for 10 full minutes. The mailbox, which they'd emptied every evening, would have a single blank envelope in it each morning. No stamp, no message, just an empty page. Daniel tried to laugh it off. It's an elaborate prank. Maybe the last owner pissed someone off. But Emma felt it in her bones. This wasn't just someone watching them. This was someone obsessed with the house. One day, while the kids were out with their grandmother, Emma stayed behind to paint the upstairs hallway. She put on a podcast and started rolling color onto the wall when something odd happened. Behind the paint, the roller seemed to catch on something. A soft section of drywall. Curious, she poked at it. The drywall cracked open easily. Almost too easily. Inside was a small cavity, and within it, a black and white photo, yellowed with age. It showed the house in the 1950s, with a man, thin, sunken eyes, unsmiling, standing on the porch, and scribbled on the back, I never left. And neither will you. That night, Emma and Daniel decided to call the police. An officer came, heard them out, examined the letters. But there were no fingerprints. No camera footage. Nothing illegal. Just disturbing. Could be a crank, the officer said, half-hearted. You've got options. Install cameras, get a dog, or, move. Emma looked out the window as the cruiser left. The figure under the streetlight was there again. Still. Watching. They installed cameras. They put up motion sensors. They changed the locks. Twice. But the letters didn't stop. The next one came with a chilling threat. You're trying to fight the house. But the house always wins. Leave now. Or I will make you leave. They decided to leave. For a weekend. Get some air. Clear their minds. Emma packed the kids. Daniel triple-checked the security system. They drove off, but as they pulled away, Emma saw the same figure. Now at the edge of the lawn. Closer than ever. 2 days later, they returned. But the moment they walked through the door, something felt off. The house was untouched. No signs of break-in. But it felt different. The scent was wrong. Faintly metallic. The lights flickered even though the wiring was new. And worst of all, the camera footage showed nothing. 48 hours of corrupted black static. Until the very last 5 seconds. A frame. A flash. A face. Up close. Pale. Staring directly into the camera. The screen glitched. Then died. Daniel couldn't breathe. He tore through the house, room to room, checking every window, every door. Then he found it. On the bathroom mirror, written in what looked like red ink. You left. But I stayed. The house is mine. And now so are you. That was the final straw. They never spent another night there. They tried to sell the house. No buyers. They tried to rent it. Tenants fled within weeks. The letters still come. Every month. No one can stop them. No one knows who sends them. The police gave up. The neighborhood whispers. Some say the house is cursed. Some say it's a person. A lunatic playing a long game. But Emma? She believes it's the house itself. Because every now and then, she still dreams of it. Standing on that porch. Whispering her name. And she wakes up. To an empty envelope. Sitting on her pillow.